Aloha, my YouTube subscribers and friends across the world. Lotus Dawn here with Blossom, with the actual stars that are in the sky, sidereal astrology. And there is big, beautiful, powerful energy for new beginnings coming our way as the sun, which represents how we shine, how we share, how we show up on the stage of life with our gifts, our talents, and our abilities, is changing signs in a big way. So the sun has been in Pisces since March 13th, and she will be entering Aries tomorrow, April 21st. I know some of you out there are going, whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a minute, Lotus. I thought the sun was entering Taurus on April 20th, April 21st. Well, that's true in the mainstream astrology system, but if you had a telescope and you were to go out with me tonight and look up at the sky, look up at the actual sky to see what constellation the sun is actually in, the sun is at the very tail end, or the very head of Pisces and is about to enter Aries. So let's go up and take a look so I can prove to you that true to the stars, the sun is actually in Pisces. And tomorrow, April 21st, you could even say that right now, she is preparing to enter Aries. So let's go take a look at the sky and see what the sky has to say about where the sun is. All right, so here is stellarium. I love stellarium because it shows you this is real time. These are the planets tonight up in the sky. This is showing what signs they are actually in. It's just beautiful, right? Of course, we see the Milky Way as it runs through. And so, where is the sun, right? We have mainstream astrology saying the sun is about to enter Taurus. But if you look closely here, you'll see that the sun has been in Pisces. And for many of you, this Pisces is actually the longest constellation. It actually takes about 41 days for the sun to move through Pisces. So Pisces began up here. This was the beginning of Pisces, and the sun, that was Aquarius before it. And so the sun entered Pisces around March 13th and has worked its way through Pisces. We can see that we still have, oh my goodness, Saturn, which is structure, Mercury, communication. So Saturn can be structure, it can be business, it can be discipline. We have Mercury, which is communication, and Mars, which is energy to take action. It's actually the ruling planet of Aries. So Mars, Saturn, Mercury, that's communication. That's a trifecta. Saturn, discipline, Mercury, communication, Mars, leadership, energy, and action, all together with Neptune, which is the sign of dreams, imagination, and spirituality, all at the tail end of Cetus and Pisces, which means Cetus is the basically sea monster. Pisces are the fish. So it's very oceanic energies of imagination, of dreams. Cetus brings the element of nightmares and fear and facing our fears to reveal our truth. In fact, there's a really cool story about Cetus where Andromeda, the princess of in Africa, apparently angered the god Neptune. Neptune is right here in Pisces. And he sent Cetus, the sea snake, sea monster, to kill her. He said, chain Andromeda up to a rock, and we're going to send Cetus in. And unless you want your village to be destroyed, you'll sacrifice her to the sea monster. So the people of her village were so scared that they sacrificed their own princess. And so Andromeda's there trembling in fear. And the Cetus monster is about to eat her. And then out of a clear blue sky comes on Pegasus flying through her champion Perseus, carrying the head of Medusa. He holds up Medusa. He faces Cetus down. Cetus turns to stone, and Andromeda flies off on Pegasus' back with Perseus into the sunlight, right? And so Cetus, with all these planets, the sun is the very last sign last degree of Pisces, right at the head of Cetus right now, is asking you to confront your fears. And what are fears? Of course, fears are false evidence appearing real. And so the last month, from about March 13th to about now, we have been really being asked to confront our fears and to go deep. And the sun, so close to Cetus, is really saying, what false evidence are you thinking is real? And so notice, what are the fears that are coming up? Are they really real? And whatever they are, the story of Cetus, the sea monster, says that you in the end are going to triumph, right? You are going to have a victory come through. So, whatever you're going through, as real as it may seem, as dark night of the soul as you may feel or think that you are in, or the state of the world is in, we are actually in one of those false evidence appearing real moments. And so there's a big shift, there's a big change up in energy happening because tomorrow we're going to go from having 5 planets in the sign of Cetus and Pisces, the sea serpent and the water. The sun is going to enter Aries, right? And so I started this off by saying the sun is not entering Taurus. Taurus is over here. We do have planets in Taurus. We have Venus, the billionaire planet, which is about abundance and wealth. We do have Uranus, which is all about change and technology and sudden unexpected happenings. Maybe this could be making money through an internet business. It could also be making money through beauty and beautiful things, working with women. As Venus is the billionaire planet, it's also related to the divine feminine or the earth. And the sun is not entering Taurus. This is not Taurus right here. This is Aries. And so the sun tomorrow, right here, you can kind of see the border of Pisces and Aries, is going to cross over the line of being in the last degree of Pisces, the divine water, the infinite flow, the divine current, the internal spark, into Aries, which is the sign of leadership. It's the sign of beginnings. Aries is the very first sign in the constellational wheel that's the new beginning. So, who is ready for some new energy, right? This is really the true start of the fire horse year, as we have been so deep in the watery energies of Pisces for the last month. And so the sun entering Aries means that there's going to be some energy, some activation, some frequency for up-leveling, of starting new things, of new beginnings. And so this is a very exciting time. Who is excited out there? Please share in the comments. I mean, this has been such an intense time of just really being asked to go deep, and so, really having the opportunity for that energy to shift from sort of more deep and internal into a much more forward moving momentum towards what we love, what we desire. It's super exciting. So, please feel free to share in the comments, what are you excited to start? What is the new beginning that you're calling in? It was also the new moon on Friday. Uh, and so we're in this energy of starting and beginning and choosing the seed or the intention that you want to set. So it's really magnetic, beautiful, powerful energy. And I would love to hear what you're excited about starting. Now, I'm going to share screen and just go deeper into the chart. And, doing a chart reading is so helpful and so interesting to find out where these energies are landing in our personal astrology charts. And so right now I can show you we have Pallas Athena, which represents brilliance. We have Neptune, which is our spiritual self, our connection to God. We have Saturn, which is our structure and our discipline. We have Mars, which is the energy to take action. We have Mercury, which is communication. We have Chiron, which represents our deepest wound, and the sun in the very last degree of Pisces. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things in Pisces tonight on the finale day of the sun in Pisces. So that's a lot of water, and water can feel very heavy when there's so many planets in that type of element. So it's very exciting to have the sun going into Aries tomorrow. That means it's going to tip the scale to have a bit more fiery energy. We also have this really cool thing happening between Venus, which represents what we love. It represents wealth. It represents abundance and money. Being in Taurus, which is the ruling sign, Venus rules Taurus. Taurus is all about prosperity, abundance, physical wealth, prosperity, beauty, right? And so having Venus in Taurus is this powerful frequency of wealth and abundance, especially for the divine feminine. Venus was just in Aries for basically the last month. And so it was a time of Aries is much more masculine. And so when Venus, the ultimate feminine planet, is in the sign of the masculine, it's very intense. It doesn't line up well for abundance. But when Venus goes into Taurus, oh my gosh, is it so abundant? Is there just opportunities coming in? And if you're saying, Lotus, I wish I had these opportunities coming, but it's been really challenging. One of the things that we can be dealing with are energy blocks, right? And what are energy blocks? Energy blocks are anywhere in our time track where we've basically had a trauma, a stressor. We've had something happen that was really hard on our system. And I just shared a video, my video before this, celebrating my partner, Michael Grady, who's an energy clearing master. And I've also been training with him for the last 3 years, and my own energy clearing practice has just skyrocketed. I was just able to share energy clearing work with our group that meets every Monday night. I also do energy clearing work with the women in our community. And so I do an energy clearing call for women, and I do an energy clearing call for so Monday and Wednesday nights. So if you're dealing with stress around money or health or any number of things right now, you might be interested in joining us. I'll just share a little picture. This is our community doing an energy clearing call. We did it tonight. And so if you're interested in joining us, I highly recommend it as the energy for abundance and wealth is super, super high right now astrologically, and it's only going to grow going forwards as the planet of wealth is in the sign of wealth. And then it's going to line up with the sun, which is illumination and light. And then it's going to activate the billionaire star. So we have literally entered a wealth window astrologically. And so if you really want to capitalize it and clear what may potentially be in the way of receiving, I highly recommend joining our membership. And I'll put that in the description. Actually, I'll put it in the chat right now. If you're at home watching, you're like, oh my gosh, I would really love to join your clearing calls because I want to be open to receive these gifts, right? These gifts of abundance and wealth that are coming through. So that's the update for tonight. I have so much more to share, but we'll keep it simple. If you have any interest in doing a one-on-one call with me, this is a really good time to find out where the wealth activations are going to land in your personal chart, which area of life might you want to focus on to increase those energy activations. Also, if you're interested in doing one-on-one energy clearing work, I also offer that. So you can check out my website, www.energyclearingmastery.com. Or if you'd like to book an astrology reading, you can leave a comment below or go to blossomwithlotus.com. So sending you all massive love and blessings. Remember, when we follow our joy, we transform the earth. And so following our joy is so super duper important right now when there's so much negativity, to stay focused on what you love, to stay focused on what you want, and go out there and follow your dreams. Sending you much, much love. Aloha.